Welcome to the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Pluff. Each week, we will cover various topics that dads struggle with in their fitness journey. I'll give you actionable steps that you can apply right away, not only to take back control of your own health, but so you're able to be a better example for your kids too. All right, welcome in. Today, we're going to be talking about what to do if you're starving while trying to lose weight. Now, one of the biggest complaints of dieters is that they're just starving on their plan, right? That's why we have these medications now or different things to help people just deal with some of the hunger while they're trying to make progress. Now, fortunately, my clients don't typically experience this. I don't believe in cutting your calories super low. There are some plans that cut your calories super low, and the reason they do this is because if your calories are really low and you follow through with it, you're going to see results. And if you see results, obviously that helps people sell programs or, different things you see. But I don't believe in cutting calories super low. I don't want you super low on energy. I don't want that to affect your workouts. I don't want that to affect your mood. That's one of the biggest things I've noticed is that when you cut calories super low, you also get incredibly irritable. And as a dad, that is the last thing you want. You don't want to be short with your kids. You don't want to be short with your wife. And so when you are trying to lose weight, there are going to be times that you are hungry. That's unfortunately, it's just a byproduct of losing weight. If you're never hungry, chances are you're not in a calorie deficit and you're not going to be able to make progress. Now, even if you are slightly hungry at times, your body's going to naturally adjust in a couple of weeks. The first week, actually, you're probably going to be okay. You're probably going to be feeling pretty good, and then here in maybe the second week or so, you might feel a little irritable. You might feel a little hungry and stuff, but your body does adjust if you can push past this. Now, obviously, you don't want to be miserable, so there's some things we can talk about that will help with that. But when you are cutting your calories, focusing on eating slower during your meals is super helpful. If you've ever watched a hot dog eating contest, they eat very quickly, one, because they're being timed, but two, they would not physically be able to eat that much food if they ate it really slowly, because when you eat fast, it takes a while for your hunger cues to kick in there. And so you're able to eat more and more. That's why, like, a half hour later after you have a big meal, all of a sudden your stomach just hurts really bad. You thought you were more hungry, so you ate more food, and then later on you end up getting an upset stomach. And so focusing on eating slower during your meals is definitely helpful. One thing that's not always practical or something, I don't personally do this, but it is helpful, is putting your fork down between bites. It's the same thing. It's forcing you to slow down, forcing you to take more time. I don't put my fork down between bites, but I do try and do my best is when I take a bite, I chew it fully before I put the next piece of food on my fork. And that's been super helpful as well. And then you can also drink things like seltzer water. Seltzer water is 0 calories. It's got the carbonation, and so it can keep your belly a little fuller. And you can drink this with meals. You can drink this throughout the day. That can be very helpful to help kind of curb your appetite. And things like, too, if you're a coffee drinker, black coffee is virtually 0 calories. And so that can also help with some hunger as well. Now, if you're just starving when you're trying to lose weight, another possibility is that you're much more active than you realize, and you're burning more calories than what you originally thought. And in this case, you would need to adjust your calorie goal. And so you can increase your calorie target slightly. You're going to add a couple hundred calories to see, one, are you still making progress? Two, are you feeling a little bit better? This is why tracking your food accurately is so important to make sure you get an accurate picture of what's actually going on. And so when you track your food, we know how much we're exercising, we know how much we're moving. It gives us a better picture of what's going on, because if we set your calorie goal for, let's say, 1,900 or 2,000 calories, and you're just eyeballing everything and you're tracking it, but you're not tracking it accurately, then it's very difficult to make the next best step for you in order to adjust. And so I don't believe in cutting calories super low. Because like I said, I don't want you miserable. Your first job is to be a great dad and a great husband. And if you're miserable all the time, that's obviously not going to help you be the best leader you can be. And so being hungry, yes, is a byproduct of losing weight, but you definitely don't have to be miserable. And so try these few things out if you're currently in a weight loss cut, and let me know how they go. That concludes this episode of the Fatherhood Fitness Podcast. Thank you for those of you who took time out of your busy schedules to listen. If you have any questions or comments or an idea for a topic for a future episode, please feel free to reach out, and I'd love to hear from you.